I am very proud to say that my new boat has an Indmar ETX Cat engine. I've read my manual, I looked on their website, and I learned a lot. I know it's safer for the environment, safer for my family, but why? How does it work? So I decided to stage my own little investigation, and you're invited to come along with me. We're here at Indmar right now. Let's go in and see if we can get an appointment with the president. Come on, let's go.
What a great group of people we have here, too. I tell you what, these people are just like family to us. They're just great employees.
Well, it looks like they're enjoying their jobs.
Oh, man, you bet it. You know, what better things to do than build boat motors? First Top Coat also paints all the interior parts or the hidden parts of the engine. If you'll look, the drive plate's painted over this way. The front side of the transmission are painted. The back side of the block are painted. A lot of our competitors don't do that. We take a little extra time to do that. And at run test, we're really not checking for power or performance. We're really checking to make sure that all the parts that we've put on the engine are assembled correctly. And then obviously look at all the electrical connections, because the engines today are so electrical dependent.
And I know that you have a really, really strict quality control program. I think I read on your website that it was checked every step along the way.
Yeah, and you know, it's documented. We trace it. We have lot traceability. We know what starter went on what engine, what distributor went on what engine, and we follow that through the process. But the real key to that are the employees out here. They really take ownership, and they're really concerned about the quality of the work they do.
It shows.
So we're really close to completion here. Heading this way, we'll actually start putting the ETX Cat manifolds on right here.
Now that's exciting. That's what I want to see.
That is exciting.
Can we get a closer look?
Sure, let's walk over here. Joe's installing the stainless steel dump right now. We use a band clamp on that to prevent any leaks. And as you know, on the catalyst, we don't want any water intruding on the catalyst because it would deteriorate the catalyst.
Well, Chuck, this is really exciting. This is exactly what I came to learn more about, was the ETX Cat. But I still have some questions on the design, how it works, and all of that. So can you give me a little more detail?
We could go back to engineering and actually look at a cutaway if you'd like to.
That would be great.
Before we get started, let's talk about some theories and challenges we had in developing the catalyst. The first one was the O2 sensor, which you can see right in here. They don't like water, so we had to find an O2 sensor that would live with some water. There's not a lot of water, and we try to keep water out of there. But there is water, obviously, in a marine exhaust.
Of course.
The second thing was then what substrate to use. We use a ceramic substrate. A lot of people are using metallic. Again, metallic doesn't like salt water, corrosion. We wanted to eliminate all the water joints that we could, so we didn't have leakage into the O2 sensor, into the catalyst. So our manifold's a one-piece unit. There are no seams, there is no water coming before the catalyst. It's all injected after the catalyst in the stainless steel dumps that we saw earlier, if you remember from the line. The other thing that we've done is we've taken proven technology from other industries and we've incorporated it into our design. Stainless steel mesh holds the stainless steel housed catalyst, allowing for boats loading, unloading in the seas, you know, G's or whatever we want to call it. So we eliminate shattering the catalyst with the stainless steel mesh. The other thing is the catalyst is serviceable. The O-ring is a snap ring, so we can press a new catalyst in or out if you had to.
If I ever had to.
If you had to. Right now, we're required to test them to 480 hours. So you've got 480 hours that we've tested and confirmed that the catalyst will live.
And I also noticed here it says U.S. patent number.
How about that? We're really proud of that. Our group, again, through this design, we have a patent on the way we hold the catalyst in the exhaust.
I also read about a couple of awards and recognitions that you were honored from the EPA and such.
Yeah, we're really proud of that. And again, the credit all goes to our employees. But we were recognized in May of this year by the U.S. EPA for the introduction of catalyst early. So Margot Gay presented us a letter of commendation, if you will. The surprising thing that happened at the same time is the U.S. Coast Guard gave us a Safe Boating Award, which was pretty impressive to us because normally they don't give manufacturers safe boating awards.
I read about that. Yeah, that's pretty rare.
The other thing that happened is at IBEX we got an innovation award for the design of the ETX Cat manifold.
I know that Indmar is so innovative and you all are constantly coming out with new ideas, so you'll have to keep me posted on what's the latest. Bob, what really goes on in engineering?
Well, we're here in the heart of engineering for the most part. This is what we call our control center.
So this is where all the big ideas start?
Well, of course it is. We got to start somewhere. And this is where we have a lot of our emissions bench and our computers that are running our dynamometers.
Hold on, Bob, hold on. I'm getting information overload here. Can you just give me the condensed version?
Well, of course I can. I'm sorry. I probably went a little too far. But again, it's all evolved around our ETX cat manifolds and what we've done to them to apply them to the engines. What we tried to do is take all the important characteristics we knew that boat owners wanted. We wanted to keep the performance there. We wanted to reduce those harmful emissions. And most importantly, we wanted to give them something that we knew was going to make them happy. Cleaner, greener, safer. That's our target.
I like that. Cleaner, greener, safer.
Yeah, but it's all fun because, we do all this work here in the dynamometer, testing these engines and everything, but you know what the real fun is? We get to go out to the boat builders and we get to go visit the consumers. And what we do is we take everything that we build and we go out there and we custom calibrate it so that it performs the best in every boat design that's out there. So for all us boat builders that are there that we supply to, we go out and we individually test with them, and that's where all the fun is. We get spend a lot of time on the water. It's a great time.
So it's like a custom fit or a hand in a glove that you're doing for your customers?
That's exactly right.
Thanks, Bob.
You're welcome.
I know ETX stands for Extreme Tuned Exhaust. I read that in my manual, but I have no idea what that means. Can we start there?
Sure. Let's see if I can explain this to you. This is our exhaust manifold, and what we've done is made equal length in all the runners, or tuned them. Tuning is a term the hot rodders use, referring to optimizing the flow of exhaust gases through the manifold, so that they optimize the flow into the catalytic converter.
So by tuning the exhaust, you can increase the horsepower, right?
Oh, absolutely. We've shown no loss in performance compared to our non-catalytic converter engines.
Okay, and so then what happens once it gets to the catalyst?
Well, there are three harmful gases that enter the catalyst. We have carbon monoxide, hydrocarbons, and oxides of nitrogen.
I've heard of those. They're all bad for the environment, right?
Well, two of them, oxides of nitrogen and hydrocarbons, form smog. But CO is the deadly one. That's the poison, odorless, tasteless gas that can kill you.
So that makes it a lot safer, right?
Oh, definitely. We convert the harmful carbon monoxide gas that comes out the tailpipe and eliminate 98% of it.
This is very cool with all these big machines, but it looks like quite an investment Indmar's made here.
Yes, it is quite an investment, but we feel like it was the right thing to do.
Why? Why don't you just hire somebody else to do it, outsource it?
Well, if we outsource it, we don't have control of the parts. They don't necessarily meet the Indmar spec if we outsource it. It also makes us have to do an incoming inspection. This way, if we machine it ourselves, we know what the specs are and we know it meets the specs that we're looking for.
Well, what does that mean for me as a boat owner?
It means that you're going to get the best product as possible. We control the castings. Once we bring the castings in, we machine our casting, we machine our pulleys, we machine our own bracketry, we machine our ETX cat manifold.
Just like I've seen everywhere else since I've been here, everything is done with perfect precision and care. I really like the machine behind me because you told me it does the ETX cat, which I'm really interested in right now. Well, how does it work?
Basically what it does is does the machining on the ETX cat manifold. It machines the surfaces that we bolt to the engine. It drills and taps all the holes for the sensors and the bracketry. It also does the insert for the catalyst. That's a very precision machined item. We have to be sure that it's the right diameter and that we have the ring cut correctly where the snap ring holds the catalyst in place.
The results of my investigation have shown me a lot about Indmar's ETX cat. For example, it's environmentally correct. It meets CARB regulations, California Air Resources Board, with less than 5 grams of combined hydrocarbons and oxides of nitrogen, also known as NOx, which help reduce smog, and that's important. It's also the first inboard marine engine to be CARB certified 4-star, super ultra low emissions. And the emissions meet the proposed EPA standards for 2008. Indmar's way ahead of the game. It's safer. Poisonous carbon monoxide gases are reduced by 98% at all part throttle positions, cruising speeds. And there's no measurable power loss. High performance extreme tuned port design delivers more power. That's very cool. And it offers up to 10% increase in fuel efficiency versus similar engines produced in previous years. That's going to save me a lot of money. And Indmar was recognized by the EPA and the U.S. Coast Guard because of the ETX's reduction in poisonous carbon monoxide gases. That's impressive. And independent testing has confirmed that Indmar's ETX Cat is cleaner, greener, safer. It's the right thing to do.